talk about all the games happened on Tuesday, February 28th. The first game is the Wizards beat the Atlanta Hawks 119-116. The Wizards, great win, and they are actually 10 seed, so they are in the plains. They are 1.5 games ahead of Chicago Bulls. Bradley Beal, his best game of the season, maybe 37 points, at least scoring wise. 37 points, 7 assists is good. And one thing that really stands out this year is his efficiency, 56% again. Great. Kyle Kuzma, not so much, but still got 28 points. And with no Kristaps Porzingis, Daniel Gafford played 34 minutes, great. 13 points, 12 rebounds, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. But we know he's going to be inconsistent, especially when Porzingis comes back. Danny Advia, we could stream him as long as Porzingis is out. And Delon Wright, as long as Monty Morris is out, we could stream him. Surprisingly, no steals, but had a block and 4 assists. So keep streaming him as long as Monty Morris is out. For the Atlanta Hawks, Clint Capela, huge game. His minutes was a little bit low the last couple games. This is a good game here. 2 steals and 3 blocks, but it's going to be the trend moving forward. We only have like 20 games that Clint Capela and Okongwu, they're kind of going to share the minutes the rest of the way. Okongwu, not so much. Didn't really have a good game. Dejounte Murray, very mediocre game here. No defensive stats with 5 assists and 15 points. And Trae Young had 31 points. Not bad at all. And John Collins, man, when everybody is healthy, he's just not getting that many touches. And if he's not getting the defensive stats, you mainly have him for efficiency reasons. He's not providing anything else much. DeAndre Hunter, 14 points and 2 threes. Okay. It's an okay game for him. I think in the playoffs, he's just really just a streamer. You get way more on the waiver wire. The next game is the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Brooklyn Nets 118-104. Giannis did that in 20 minutes, 33 points, 15 rebounds. Yeah, not much else to say. Joe Holiday played okay. Brook Lopez, still just getting the minutes, right? This is the big difference. Last year, he was hurt most of the time, so Bobby Portis is going to come in. But this year, Bobby Portis is almost non-existent, not getting the minutes. And Lopez is able to stay on the floor versus most teams. Can't complain, 13 and 10 with 2 blocks. And you can stream guys like Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton for some defensive stats and threes. For the Brooklyn Nets, Mikal Bridges. Wow, 31 points, 2 steals, 5 assists, 3 threes. Yeah, I mean, getting traded for sure. He's going to score more points now. So that's great. Super efficient. Spencer Dinwiddie, also his value went up since the trade. 26.8 assists and 5 threes. These 2 guys are 1 and 2 options. And Claxton, huge game, 3 steals and 3 blocks. And it's good to see him playing 30 minutes, right? Because there was a few games where he was getting 25, 26 minutes. Because, now they got really deep now, right? They could play Royce O'Neal. Joe Harris only gets 6 minutes. Seth Curry. I mean, they have all these guys. They're not really playing them. Cam Thomas went 0 for 7. My God. Cam Johnson, also a must roster. 2 threes, 4 steals. He's getting decent minutes. 4 steals really stands out, and 19 points. And Dorian Finney-Smith, you could stream this guy. But the Nets got a decent squad. If they just need some superstar coming over. They have all the other pieces. All right, the next game is the Bulls. They need to win some games to make the play. 98-104, lost to the Raptors. The Raptors are the 9th seed, so this is an important game for the Bulls, actually. Patrick Beverley, Ayo Dosunmu really not putting up any numbers. So good to see him coming 29. He could be a streaming option, especially they got a good schedule, right? Zach LaVine, mediocre game. DeRozan, mediocre game. DeRozan was a -15. Alex Caruso, you could stream him for, he's starting, getting around 25 to 30 minutes. Mainly gets you some assists, some steals, some blocks, not much else. Vucevic, 23 points is great with 4 threes. And then Patrick Williams, he was starting, now he comes off the bench. Not even worth streaming anymore. And it's Bulls squad, they just, without Lonzo, they're not playing well this year. Let's see if they can make a late push. For the Raptors, OG, great game offensively and added a steal. Siakam played okay, but every time I look at Pirtle, he has a huge game, 26 minutes. Added 3 steals and 2 blocks and 14 points. What a game from him. And Scotty, huge game as well. 1 steal and 4 blocks. Fred VanVleet came back, shot 1 for 11. This is the problem with him. It's just a field goal. But everything else, the counting numbers are pretty solid. 9 assists and a steal. Added 1-3. And Chris Boucher. Now we see that everybody comes back. Gary Trent Jr. comes off the bench, only played 28 minutes. But still a respectable line. 19 points, 5 threes, and 2 steals. So we're not going to drop him. But obviously sucks. Once everybody comes back, he's the one that kind of get left off. The next game, the Lakers and the Grizzlies. The Lakers is going to be without LeBron for the next few games, so AD is really going to carry the load. 28 points, 19 rebounds, but surprisingly no defensive, no steals and no assists. He should be getting some assists, I think. Get him involved, facilitating. 5 blocks is really nice. Without LeBron, I think Danny Schroeder had 10 assists. D'Lo is also out, so for sure Danny Schroeder is a guy that we want to stream in the short term. Vanderbilt played all right. 8 rebound, steal and a block. If he's out there on the waiver wire, I would also have him. I would have Dennis Schroeder. I also have Malik Beasley. When LeBron is out, Malik Beasley can put up some threes. Every once in a while he's going to have a 28-point game with 6 threes. So you can have him for threes and points. Great win for the Grizzlies. Ja Morant, 39 points, had a triple-double. Just overall great, not much else to say. Desmond Bane had 16 points, but 4 steals and blocks, really great. And then we have Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr. so far, 1 steal and 4 blocks. He just putting up defensive numbers very, very consistently. Xavier Tillman added 2 steals and a block. Dylan Brooks added 2 steals. I mean, this Grizzly squad, they're very, very deep. Everybody healthy, not much to talk about. Maybe the only thing that to keep your eyes out is Steven Adams. Whether or not whenever he returns, if you need some rebound, you could stream him or roster him because he's a huge rebounder. The next game, the Denver Nuggets beat the Rockets. No surprise there by 21 points. The Joker only scores 14 points, but he's just toying with defense at this point. He could score, he could pass. Different ways for him to contribute. Triple-double, yeah, easy. Aaron Gordon, because the blowout, they all played pretty few minutes. Jamal Murray still got 32 minutes, 32 points with 5 threes. That's great. Michael Porter Jr. Lately he's been really, really good. 3 threes here, great efficiency, a steal and a block, and surprisingly had two assists. So that's great. And Thomas Bryant is on this squad. It was not much else to talk about. Jalen Gray only played 19 minutes. First game back, but not bad in 19 minutes, had 17 points and 3 threes. Hopefully the next 20 games he could put up, similar numbers like he was put up last year, like averaging close to 30 points a game. And we have Kevin Porter Jr. still out, so Darshan Nix still got the start. And Ty Washington Jr. had 28 minutes. Yeah, these guys, they're... I don't know how valuable they really are in fantasy, but I do know Kenny Martin Jr. is the must roster. 15 points and added 2 steals. Jabari Smith continued to shoot 40% from the field every single game as a big man, and he was a minus 33 in 33 minutes. My God. And Pro Shangun had 8 assists is really nice and 2 blocks. But when he plays versus the Joker, it's going to be a tough matchup. He had 4 fouls. The next game, our 3rd seed Sacramento Kings, third seed, yeah, on a 4-game winning streak again. Beat Oklahoma City Thunder without Shea. The news came out that Shea is in protocol again. I don't think they're gonna. It's like they're doing this on purpose, right? Like Shea is actually injured now. He has COVID, so just gotta wait it out for a few more games. He'll be back next week, hopefully. Keegan Murray, great game, 13 points and 10 rebounds with 3 threes. Harrison Barnes, 29 points, huge game, and 4 threes. But these 2 guys in the playoffs, they're not must rosters. If a week, playoff matchup, they don't have 1 game in 4 days. That's an automatic drop. You want to, get more games in. Sabonis, 22 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, and a block. Not bad at all. Kevin Huerter added 2 threes, 9 assists, 20 points. They all play well. In this game, De'Aaron Fox didn't even play. Impressive. Anytime De'Aaron Fox is out, we could stream guys like Davion Mitchell. I'm surprised Malik Monk only got 15 minutes. But Davion Mitchell, you could assume he's gonna get 30 minutes, get you some assists, some threes, some steals, a little bit of points. Another great win for the Kings. And then for the Oklahoma City Thunder, Isaiah Joe is the guy we want to stream as long as Shea is out. He could put up some numbers. This game he only played 22, also a blowout. Eric Wiggins coming played 29. Jalen Williams played 17. And Jalen Williams, another great game. My God, 27 points, 8 assists, 2 steals. Great efficiency across the board. Jalen Williams has been putting up some nice numbers. He is 97th ranked player, but shooting 51% from the field, 1.3 steals and 0.5 blocks. And with Shea out, right, he should be getting some extra usage as well. And Josh Giddey just continued to disappoint. Minus 32. He's minus 32 in 20 minutes. Not good. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block. And Lou Dort, of course, didn't put up. But Oklahoma City Thunder, I think they want to compete for that 10th spot. And now that with Shea out, it's gonna be a little bit tough. But they're only 1.5 games. They lost 4 straight though. But they only 1.5 games out of the 10th seed. It's quite competitive. Lakers are also right there, 1 game behind the Pelicans. The next game, the Mavericks lost again. Now they drop all the way to 7th. After the Kyrie Irving trade, they haven't been playing that well. But we'll see. It's gonna take some time, right? When you make such a big change, a big roster change. This game, Buddy Hield only played 28 minutes. Jordan Nwora, Benedict Mathurin, they got a few nice minutes in. I'm not too worried. Buddy Hield only took 2 shots. Interesting. Went to the free throw line 9 times. I'm not too worried about that. Miles Turner, another monster game. 1 steal and 4 blocks, 24 points and a 3. My God, this guy offensively has just been unbelievable. Andrew Nembhard, 31 minutes, only 3 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Yeah, it's somewhat disappointing, but if they got a good schedule, he's somebody you could stream for some assists, for some guard stats. If they got 3 games in 4 nights, Tyrese Halliburton only 6 assists because he decided to score this game. 32 points, not bad, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Added 2 threes as well. And then for the Dallas Mavericks, another bad loss. Luka tried 39 points, 3 threes, but free throw is an issue. Added a block. Kyrie struggled a little bit again. 9 assists is good. Still in a block. They've been starting Justin Holiday. And then Tim Hardaway Jr. got 36 minutes. All these guys, they're streaming options. They're not must rosters. Because Tim Hardaway Jr., 1 game he could get 25. If he's playing well, he gets more. Same thing with Justin Holiday. Same thing with Reggie Bullock. Unless they got 3 games, they're not consistent. Unless they got a really good schedule, I wouldn't really roster them. Just a lot of streaming options. And Christian Wood, you gotta, if you're in the playoffs, you gotta think about dropping Christian Wood. The minutes is really not there. The usage, he was balling for a little while. Now he's coming back down to earth completely. The next game, the Spurs, look at that. They beat the Utah Jazz. That's great. 102-94. Their first win in a while. Zach Collins played really well. 5 assists, 3 steals, and a block. He's a must roster. And Charles Bassey is the backup center, also added some nice numbers. These are Collins is a must roster, and Bassey, if they got a good schedule, you could stream him. Keldon Johnson, 25 points. That's great with no threes. Who else played well? Devontae Graham, you could stream for some assists. Only 3 assists here. But yeah, there's some streaming options, but Zach Collins is the only guy that I think is worth must rostering. For the Utah Jazz, Lauri Markkanen, another game, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 4 threes. He's just being super good. Same thing with Walker Kessler, 15 rebounds and 2 blocks. Kelly Olynyk went to the free throw line 12 times. Pretty bad game efficiency-wise, but let's not drop him. He provides so much value across different categories. Taylor Horton-Tucker, great. 16 points, 7 turnovers is bad, but I think we could stream him as long as Colin Sexton remains out. Same thing with Chris Dunn. If you need some assists, he's been getting some minutes, and you can count on him to get you 1.5 steals a game. He's super aggressive going for those. The next game is the Portland Trail Blazers. Got 2 more games. Lost to the Warriors. Yeah, 11th seed. They're barely there. I mean, every game matters. The Warriors without Curry, they won 3 straight, and they're gonna get Curry back maybe next week. So let's see how they're doing. Damian Lillard only 25 points, but added 3 steals. I guess that's okay. Matisse Thybulle, yeah, if he gets 25 minutes a night, he's a must roster. 1 steal and 2 blocks is good, and unbelievable shooting, 5 threes. So him, Cam Reddish also, as long as Anthony Simons remains out, as long as they got the minutes, we could continue to stream them. Jeremy Grant struggled a little bit from the field, but 13 free throws is nice, 24 points. Joe Eubanks, I don't think he's the must roster, and I think Yusuf Nurkic is going to come back eventually. But in the meantime, you could stream him if you want. But he's not really putting up a lot of numbers, to be honest. And Shaden Sharp played 30 minutes, but the minutes is really up and down for some of these guys. I like Matisse Thybulle the best. And then Joe Eubanks, Cam Reddish, you could stream them. Matisse Thybulle, if he gets 25 minutes, I don't mind rostering him. But let's say he gets 20, then that's kind of tough. For the Warriors, great second half push. Jordan Poole, 29 points, 3 threes. Great, but Curry's going to be back. So just a heads up, his run might be over. He's still going to have a good game every once in a while. But if Curry's there, now it's almost every single game he's getting 25, 26 points. But when Curry comes back, sometimes he's only going to get 6 points. Clay, same thing with Clay. He's still going to get the minutes, but the usage is going to take a dip. 23 points and 3 threes is good enough. Dante DiVincenzo, continue to stream him before Curry comes back. And Draymond added 2 steals and 2. That's great to see. He hasn't been getting defensive stats all year. Added 8 assists. It's also a great win for the Warriors. If they can somehow get to the top 3 is top 3 is tough. I mean, they can catch the Suns. The Kings is going to be tough. Now let's talk about the last game. But the Timberwolves, the Clippers, after the trade, just like the Mavericks, they got Russell Westbrook. They lost all the games. And the Timberwolves, they still don't have Cat. And they're the 8th seed. So, led by Anthony Edwards, not the best game, but added 3 steals and 2 blocks, 2 threes. Amazing. Jaden McDaniels played well, as 20 points, added a steal and a block. Kyle Anderson. Where is Karl Anthony Towns? So you can enjoy Karl Anderson as long as you can, but Cat, where is he? He should be back in the next couple weeks, but man, he pretty much missed 60% of the season at this point. Rudy Gobert added 2 blocks. At least he's getting blocks. That's great. And Mike Conley added 7 assists and 3 steals. So overall, not bad. For the Timberwolves, I think Mike Conley is gonna fit pretty nicely, and he played with Rudy a while ago, so not bad. For the Clippers, yeah, Russell Westbrook, only a -5, but they haven't won a game yet. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George putting up some nice numbers. Marcus Morris Sr., but this team, they got a lot of capable NBA players, but fantasy-wise, it's hard, right? Zubac, you got Kawhi, Zubac, Paul George, and now Russell Westbrook is also a must roster, right? But everybody else, not really fantasy relevant. Norman Powell, I think since the trade, he hasn't played well at all. We'll see how well they adjust. But, I mean, they lost to Denver on the road. It was a close game, so I can't really fault them. But they lost again here. They are the favorite here. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.